John Milburn walked along the busy avenue, so intent on his thoughts that he barely noticed the bustle of people and traffic surrounding him. He glanced idly into shop windows as he passed them, but he was still ruminating on the meeting he'd just had with his solicitor. The man had provided little help, despite the absurdly high fees John was paying him. After 2 years of sorting through piles of documents since his brother-in-law had died, John found his sister's financial affairs were still in a tangle. The money set aside for his niece's dowry seemed to still be intact, but extracting it from other obligations had proven to be complicated. They needed to resolve this soon. Sophie was on the verge of her debut and had clearly stated her desire to enter the marriage market. John gave a little grunt at the thought. Life was complicated enough without adding the strings and burdens of tying oneself to another person. And if that person should die before setting their affairs in proper order? His sister and his sister-in-law, both with children at home and no idea how to manage their affairs, were examples of that sort of catastrophe. It was a good thing they had John to help them, or heaven knows what they would have done. Not that John begrudged them even a minute of all the work he'd done on their behalf. He loved them and his nieces and nephews dearly. Yet these troubles had shown him he'd be better off to steer clear of such entanglements for himself, which he was more than happy to do. He enjoyed his quiet home in Mayfair and the small staff who kept it running like a well-oiled machine. Given that his days were filled with the frenetic pace of work and the constant needs of his family, going to his own home at night was like returning to a veritable haven.